Good morning, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the long-awaited CARE Award celebration. Today's celebration is being live streamed to share the festivities with our campus community. My name is Jennifer Klunk, and I have the honor of being the Staff Council President for the 2021-22 year. And one of my favorite parts of this role, truly, is the CARE Awards. Since 1999, Staff Council has presented 12 CARE Awards each year, bringing our total recipients to 276 over 23 years. Many honorees are with us today, having passed along the qualities of a CARE Award recipient to others. CARE Award honorees demonstrate superior performance, offer outstanding customer service, and perform acts that enhance the image of the university. As a reminder, CARE Award nominees must be staff members who are regular employees, appointed at least 50% for at least 6 months at the level of director or below to be eligible. To get us started, I would like to welcome to the podium our president, Dr. Richard Benson.
Thank you, Jennifer. I've got a very nice speech here, but I'm going to maybe paraphrase it to speak from the heart. This is the first time in a long while that we've been able to have this award in person. It is really lovely, especially that we can do it in such a nice part of the campus. But I really want to start by thanking the staff, not just our CARE Award winners, but all of the staff for everything that you've done over the last 2.5 years. It's been a tough stretch for all of us and for this university. Some of you were essential workers. Even in the worst of the pandemic, you had to come to campus. It was necessary for you to be here, and you did it. You came in every day, and you kept this campus safe and kept our activities going. And others of you worked through a computer screen, and that was hard in its own way. You know, figuring out how to continue to do your job while, you know, in a remote way, and having to figure out on the fly just how to do it, and not only that, but to do it well. I said on more than a few occasions that I don't know another university that traversed the pandemic better than we did, and I believe that firmly. So I really want to thank all of you. And of course, I want to especially thank this year's CARE Award recipients, because you represent the best of the best. And I will be forever grateful to you and to everybody for all that you've done. I also want to recognize the CARE Award winners who are here from, I think, spring of 20 through fall of 21. You two were recognized, but not in person. So this is a way to belatedly also acknowledge your great work in person. So thank you all. This is a special moment for UTD, and I speak on all of the university. We are so very grateful for everything that you have done to keep UTD strong. Thank you. So Jennifer, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Benson. To begin our presentation of the Spring 2022 honorees, I would like to invite Julie Heckman, who will have comments given by Gail Seapack.
Good morning. My name is Gail Seapack, and I am honored to introduce the Center for Brain Health's CARE Award winner, Julie Heckman. Julie joined the Brain Health family after being awarded a highly competitive ExxonMobil internship in the summer of 2010 as a college student. Since that summer, Julie has energetically, enthusiastically, and compassionately worked her way up to Assistant Director of Philanthropy, and even took on the responsibilities as the interim philanthropy director for more than 2 years. Julie is a strong, capable leader and demonstrates a depth of wisdom that takes most individuals decades to cultivate. Over the course of her time at Brain Health, she has worn many hats. She has helped raise millions of dollars for the Center for Brain Health and has planned, coordinated, and executed more events than I can count with a consistently positive and professional demeanor, an unparalleled level of thoughtfulness and precision. She is highly admired among the Center for Brain Health staff, board members, and community stakeholders alike for her ability to lead with grace and to remain calm under pressure. Julie has not only had an impact on most of the staff around the Center for Brain Health, but also on me personally. I would not be the employee that I am today without the leadership and mentorship of Julie Heckman. I feel blessed to call Julie a coworker, a boss, and more importantly, a friend. Join me in a round of applause as we celebrate Julie Heckman for this well-deserved honor.
Thank you. Next, we have Katie Johnson, who will have comments given by Terry Pankratz. Okay, Terry will be back with us in a moment. I think he went to our previous Care Award location in the library, so we will get back to that in the order of ceremony, so my apologies. So we're going to go next to Alexander Leyva, who will have comments given by Matthew Windsor-Johns.
Can y'all hear me okay? All right, so I have to confess that I'm loving this moment because I love attention and Alexander hates it. So I know this moment he's like, just get this over with. And I am going to follow Dr. Benson's lead. I didn't write something because I want to speak directly from the heart about how much this person next to me means to me. He is such a wonderful, wonderful person. I realized when we first hired him 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, that we were looking for somebody that didn't, that was the missing puzzle piece in our office in the Galveston Gender Center. And Alexander is a calming force, as you can already tell. He is calm, cool, collected. And I noticed when students would come to our office and maybe I was too much and other people were like, too loud of personalities, they gravitated towards Alexander because he is a self-professed introvert and I am an extrovert. So I learned so much from him and I see our students gain so much from him. He gives so much of himself and a lot of that you never get to see because he doesn't love, like I said, attention and he doesn't love to be in front, but he has so much passion. He is such an advocate for our LGBTQ plus community on campus, an advocate for gender equity, truly cares, and ask those questions that I never think to ask. He's always wanting to make sure that everyone's doing okay and everyone's not burnt out. Do you need anything? And I can't even express how much more thankful this past semester. We went from an office of 5 to an office of 2 in like a month. Don't worry, it wasn't drama. But people moved on very quickly with different opportunities and it was just Alexander and I. And I had a moment of panic. I was like, oh no, now I'm the person in charge. This is great, but scary. But he is the reason that our center really thrived this semester, even though there were just 2 of us. So I want to publicly say thank you to Alexander Leyva and let you all know that even though he doesn't love attention, he really is the reason why the Galveston Gender Center is so well known over campus and so meaningful to our campus community. So thank you, Alexander Leyva. Give him a hand.
Thank you. Next, Edgar Miranda will have comments given by Deborah Buckner.
Hi, I'm here to introduce Edgar Miranda. He's an administrative assistant too at the International International Center. He joined us about 2.5 years ago, and we're very thankful to have him. He joined right after receiving his bachelor's degree. In fact, I think he was interviewing as he was graduating. He's been a great asset to the center and to our administrative team. He's always willing to put 100% effort towards any project or task he's assigned to. He was originally hired to oversee the welcome desk and all of our student workers at the center. It was quickly apparent that he was capable of more and willing to pitch in whenever he was needed. He volunteered to become a DSO, which is a designated school official to help process I-20s for our international student population. Over the break, during COVID, he volunteered. He never stayed home and worked remotely 100%. He always came in at least 2 days a week in order for our students to be able to pick up their documents and to support our advisors and the rest of the staff so that they could stay home and work remotely. When it was decided that the International Center would open a passport acceptance office, Edgar was tasked with getting the office up and running, training other department staff, creating a work schedule, and making sure that we met our target start date. Edgar continues to supervise the passport office to ensure that operations run smoothly and that our customers are happy with the service we provide. Because of Edgar's work ethic and quality of work, he's been submitted for a job promotion to an administrative project coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe I see Terry Pankratz, so we're going to backtrack and have him give some comments on Katie Johnson.
Well, good morning, everybody. First of all, let me say that Katie deserves better than a vice president who can't figure out where the meeting is. If you're wondering, it's not in the McDermott suite anymore. But I am thrilled to be here today to talk about Katie and to celebrate her CARES Award. Katie joined us about 3 years ago and assumed responsibility for our building operations. And since we're in lease space, that's a little bit different animal than some of the space that we own. So she interfaces routinely with the landlord, with facilities, and other external entities. But when COVID hit, things changed dramatically. And so her management of the building had to change accordingly. During that time, we started to create several employee engagement activities since we were all working remotely, and Katie's been central to creating and administering those programs since we began in 2020, right? So we have a Friday morning casual breakfast where we talk with one another about what's going on in the world. We have Tuesday morning professional development events that last fall we changed the format and really formalized those. And Katie stepped up and assumed responsibility for all of our professional development activities. So that's one formal program a month plus 2 workshops a year. Katie leads all those. She's never asked for a budget for those. I should really thank her for that. But she's brought in some really great speakers, all on the cheap. And our staff development programs have really taken a step up. And I think that's really in large measure to the commitment from Katie and her willingness to see an opportunity to step up and serve the division. It honors me to be here with her and to lead the Office of Budget and Finance, who's filled with great employees, but I think Katie just really personifies the type of employee that we really value in the Office of Budget and Finance. One who innovates, one who's constantly looking for innovative ways to solve problems and to step up and help the division in total. So, Katie, thank you very much, and I grossly apologize for being late.
Thank you. Okay. Next up, Brooke Schaeffer will have comments given by Carl Van Leeuwen.
I'm Carl or Eric Van Leeuwen, depending on who you ask. I have had the pleasure of knowing Brooke Schaeffer since shortly after her arrival to UTD in 2014. As a colleague across campus, she always stood out as someone who was concerned with doing the right thing for her students and for the university in equal measure. In 2017, Brooke joined me in the Office of Graduate Education, and over the last few years, I've gotten to watch Brooke not just shine in her day-to-day duties, but also work to create a better experience for all comments. In the Office of Graduate Education, Brooke's primary role is working behind the scenes to ensure that students are successful in completing their degrees. So while most students don't see what Brooke is doing working for them, she's essential in their path from student to alumni. Her care for our students and her knack for innovating and problem solving led to the creation of a survey for all graduating graduate students to find out more about what's made them successful here and what we need to do to improve as an institution. Brooks also enthusiastically represented the Office of Graduate Education in meetings across campus and recruiting events across the DFW area. Outside of our office, Brooke always says yes when an opportunity arises to be helpful. For our students, Brooke participates with UTD at the Dallas Pride Parade, demonstrating that this university is for all students. She set up a donation drop-off for the comic cupboard in the Office of Graduate Education and participated in the Viva Volunteer event to send thank yous to those that have already donated to the comic cupboard. She also gives her time volunteering at commencement to ensure our students a great celebration of their success. Brooke also makes UTD better for staff members. Serving as staff council president, she worked to advocate for staff and advised university leadership of the most important issues facing us as staff. As a member of the Women's Employee Resource Group, she promotes an environment where women can flourish at UTD. Brooke advocates for those staff members with disabilities through the Universal Access ERG. I've watched Brooke work to create the best possible work environment because I know she cares deeply about this campus and the people here. This is by no means everything that Brooke does. There are the potlucks she organizes at work, the training new employees, the directing students when they drop by our office looking for another department or when they have no idea what they're looking for. She makes my job easier by being so great at what she does, and she makes our team successful by always looking for things we can improve. I hope everyone has a Brooke in their office. The University of Texas at Dallas is better for having her. I'm proud to be her supervisor and grateful for her hard work and dedication to our students, to UTD, and to everything she does. I hope I can be more like her someday. And I can think of no person more deserving of this recognition than Brooke. Congratulations.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Mercy Wenger will have comments given by Travis Good.
Mercy has worked at McDermott Library for 3.5 years as a library assistant 3 and has consistently been a strong performer. Her friendly attitude and willingness to serve has been a valuable asset to the UTD community. Mercy has a strong history of providing excellent customer service, is always willing to assist colleagues, and has been instrumental in evaluating student study space needs at the library. Her colleagues have stated, Mercy is one of the most reliable members of the department. Whenever she is here, she is reliable, professional, and dedicated to helping the students. She goes above and beyond to help students. If a patron has trouble locating a book, she does not just tell them where it is located. She will walk up to the area, explain the Library of Congress classification system, and describe how the patron can access the book through the library's catalog. If a patron requests help, Mercy goes above and beyond. Additionally, Mercy treats her coworkers and all patrons with respect. She is a quiet leader, and that she does not place herself at the center of focus or issue demands of others. Instead, she leads by example and by using mistakes made by others as places for respectful growth as she politely corrects them. Mercy often flies under the radar, but if you ask any of her coworkers, they would agree that she is an incredibly hard worker and diligent in her duties. She always wants to improve and holds herself to a high standard. However, she is primarily focused on the patrons and learning how to assist them in the best manner possible. Additionally, she's received some high praise from faculty at UTD. In one case, the faculty wrote a letter stating, I'm writing with a whole lot of praise for one of your staff. Mercy left the circulation desk this morning to help me get set up with a roll of microfilm I got from the interlibrary loan at the Wisconsin Historical Society. I don't know if anybody remembers microfilm, but it's still in use and we use it every day. So this was nightmare microfilm scans of enormous unwieldy scrapbook pages with clippings from newspapers from the 1940s pasted on them. She sat with me for over an hour, patiently advancing, adjusting, and aligning while we got through the relevant sections. Many pages we had to scan 2 to 3 times because of the right brightness contrast. For half of the articles on a page was wrong for the other half. There was no way I could have done this myself, and it went so much faster because there were 2 of us adjusting, rotating, and scanning. I am so grateful for her patience, skill, good humor, and generosity. Mercy was just great. If there is hazardous duty pay or Employee of the Month honors, consider this my letter of nomination. So please join me in recognizing the outstanding work that Mercy has done at McDermott Library.
Okay, let's give a final round of applause for our Spring 22 CARE Award recipients. As I mentioned, the celebration has been long awaited, delayed due to the global pandemic for several years, but we did not want the celebration to pass without taking a few minutes to recognize past recipients who received their awards in the past 2 years. If we can hold our applause until the end, would the Fall 2021 honorees who are here raise your hand? They're all hiding back in that corner. We have your certificates and clocks, so please come see me at the end. Would the Spring 21 honorees raise their hands? I think we've only got 1 or 2 who are able to attend. Would the Spring 2020 honorees raise your hand? Okay, please give a round of applause for the 2021 CARE Award recipients. In closing, I would like to thank all who make the CARE Awards possible. Our confidential selection committee, comprised of past CARE Award recipients, the staff council support, Deanna Dalal, the staff within the Office of the President and University Events, and the Chief of Staff, Dr. Raphael Martin. Please help yourself to some refreshments while we do group photos with our honorees, and thank you for joining us today. Okay, so if our past recipients and current